Hey everyone, Mr. Macintosh here, and tonight I'm going to go over a big problem that has been caused by HP pulling a certificate from some of their older printer drivers. This has caused nothing but problems for users when they try to print, scan, and fax. I'm going to go over some of the things that cause this issue, some troubleshooting, and I'm going to include a bunch of workarounds to help you get back going. Let's jump in and get started. On this past Friday, October 23rd, users started to report in that they were having a bunch of printing problems. The problems varied from what they were trying to do, whether they were trying to print, fax, or scan. What they would see on their computer is this message right where you have on the screen. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this here. This is what they would get. This is actually a gatekeeper message that's meant to protect the user if Gatekeeper detects an application that had their certificate revoked. And Apple can do that. That's how Gatekeeper works. Let's say that someone puts out a malware app out there and they get it out there. Apple can revoke that certificate, and then what will happen is that they'll get this message that will warn the user when they open up that app that it will damage their computer. So it's a really great system when it's working. But in this particular case, the certificate for the older HP printer drivers was pulled unintentionally by HP when they instructed Apple to do so. So when that happened, the machines that were online at the time received that, and then when the user started to print, they got that message that says that would damage their computer. So this is what caused a firestorm of user complaints. Say, hey, I can't print, I can't scan, I can't fax. What the heck am I supposed to do? So immediately people started posting on support forums trying to figure out what was going on. There wasn't any real response from HP or Apple at the time, so everybody was kind of confused. Let's jump into kind of what else happened next here. I kind of go over this in my main article here, and I'll include a link in the description so you can kind of look over this if you wanted to. I actually normally would have jumped right on this as soon as this came out, but here it is Wednesday. I was actually away from my Mac over the weekend, and I didn't return until late Saturday when this was kind of all happening. When I returned, I immediately started an investigation to figure out what the heck was going on here. And I'll kind of show you and I'll move into that investigation part here, and I'll kind of show you what I did. I immediately, when we're talking about certs and signatures, you can actually check the signature of an app using Howard Oakley's application Architect here. And I included a screenshot, and I'll kind of zoom in on here and show you what this looked like from Friday to maybe late Saturday afternoon. His app will take an application and check for its signature. And you can see right here, SPCTL error number 1. The certificate for the HP utility has been revoked. That's exactly what it would cause that malware message to come up. So that we found it. Howard found this out and figured out that this was a certificate issue right off the bat. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try this myself and see what the heck's going on. So then at late Saturday, I checked it, and here's what I found. Well, wait a minute. It says it's accepted. So over that time, the Register ran an article, and they were able to get a hold of HP, and HP said that they unintentionally revoked some certificates for their older printer drivers. So it looks like the certificate was reinstated here. And this was taken late Saturday night. So I thought, okay, no big deal. This is all fixed up. The Macs will receive the new certificate revocation list, and they'll be off and running, right? Well, I woke up Monday morning, and the reports were still coming in, hot and heavy. So whatever happened, they were the Macs that had this issue that were online from Friday to Saturday night did not receive the updated cert, or the revocation check did not update. Now I tried running the update to get a manual revocation check updated, and that did not work. So they're still messed up. So we can scroll down here and I can show you. I dug a little deeper and looked at some of the frameworks of the HP printer drive, and I'll zoom in so you can see that. This is the HPDM.framework within the HP folder, and you can see exactly where this is. HP printers, HP folder frameworks, HPDM.framework, and that's part of what would make some of the drivers work. And look at this. unnotarized developer ID. So that's going to be a problem too. So that's some of the other pieces we're still reporting problems even into Sunday. So we're going to have to even go a little bit deeper here. So you can use spctl, which is a binary command to assess and manage Gatekeeper. And you can see here that I run spctl, and I'll zoom in so you can see this a little bit better here, assess type install with the context of the primary signature of the HP utility app. Look at this. Rejected, unnotarized developer ID. Now what's interesting is you can run 3 different checks. You can run it as an install, an open, and an execute. Each one is different when you're trying to run the application. So when I ran an open, I also got a rejected, but when I run an execute, it was accepted. So we're still in the kind of unknown territory here. So with that said, here it is Wednesday, and users are still, the article that I posted and Howard's article are getting hundreds of hits right now because users are still trying to figure out what's going on. HP just, and I'll scroll down to the links section here, HP just posted this article here. It was an HP community knowledge document, and I can show you what that looks like. They just posted this, on the 26th. Finally, HP kind of acknowledging that, hey, yeah, this is a problem. Some of the commenters have mentioned, like, hey, listen, we're calling HP and we're on hold for 2 hours or more trying to get a hold of someone to get this thing fixed. And one of the readers mentioned that the technician that was on the phone has already, as of Monday, received and fixed over 100 different callers with this type of problem. So you can see this is definitely a big issue here. So let's get back. I'm going to go over a live demo on how to get this going. I've got a machine all set up to show you how to get this. And I've got multiple workarounds and different fixes from the easiest to some of the more advanced ones if your driver doesn't show up and populate in macOS. So let's jump in right into the first one, to use AirPrint here. AirPrint is the way to go. It's the future of macOS, and it's the simplest way to print. If you're not familiar with it, I'll show you a real quick way to get this set up. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we have to uninstall the drivers that are currently on the system. How are we going to do that, right? We can actually use the HP Easy Start to do that. If you have it installed, you can open up the application and click File to uninstall drivers if you have it installed. But I'm going to show you just a quick way to do that. We just have to open up Macintosh hard drive here, and I'm going to zoom in so we can see a little bit better here. And we want to navigate to the library, and then we want to navigate to printers. And then here's the HP folder. You can see that there's multiple different printer manufacturer folders in here, but all of them have the parts inside them, the drivers, the HP utility that we need to get rid of, and we're going to reinstall again. So we want to right click on that and move to the trash. We'll type in the admin password here, and then that's it. We can zoom out, we'll right click, empty the trash, and that's it. Drivers are gone on this system. So we'll click on printers and scanners, and oops, before I forgot, that's the second part of the uninstallation. You need to delete the drivers first and then delete the printer. So we see that we got the printer in here. We'll click this and we'll delete it, delete the printer. Now we're ready to start all over. Let's set up AirPrint. I talked about AirPrint earlier, and I said this is the way of the future. It's super simple. If your printer supports wireless and has a wireless card in it, it most likely supports AirPrint. So all you need to do is connect your printer, your HP printer, to your wireless network, and it'll be available for AirPrint driverless install. So how does that work? Let's open up the printers and I'll show you. So we'll go into System Preferences. All we need to do is as you can see, we're connected to the wireless network here, the same wireless that we're connected to the printer. And all we need to do is hit the plus button, and we'll see the printers right here. Look at that. It detects the printer on the wireless network right off the bat. So if you see that, all you need to do is click on it. You'll see that it's detecting the printer information here. Secure AirPrint. That's it. Click Add. It says it's setting up the device, and it'll install it right into the printers and scanners. I mean, this is really cool. And again, this is the way of the future. There it is. all set up. No drivers, nothing. Ready to print. So let's say you still don't want to use AirPrint, or you have an older printer that doesn't support AirPrint. No problem. I got you covered. Let's go on to the second thing. So we'll just delete this thing again. Delete printer. And we will connect it over USB. So what I have here is I say on the number 3 here, or number 2, is to download the HP printer drivers package from Apple. Now what's nice about this is it includes a ton of printers from the past 10 years. So it probably, if you have multiple printers, you're going to have the driver. So if you download this, you'll be good up to October 21st, 2017. So if your printer is a little older, this is going to cover you. So all you need to do is click download on this. I've already downloaded it here. So we've got this HP printer driver, and this is the driver package that we will install that'll install all those printer drivers. So we'll get this started and we'll continue on here. And there we go. Now let's talk about an easier way than this. I kind of got a little bit out of order here. The easier than this is to plug your HP printer in via USB. And what's nice about this, and I'm going to go over this as soon as we finish this piece here, is that macOS is now smart enough to detect that you've plugged in a printer via USB, and it'll actually ask you, do you want to install the drivers for this printer? If you click install, it'll do that for you. And that's really the second best way next to AirPrint to get these printers installed this way. And then you really don't have to install like 100 different drivers. That is over 600 megabytes worth of installation packages. And again, this does work, but that's why I kind of put this as like a number 3. And then the number 4 and then 5 is to use the HP Easy Start. And then if that still doesn't work, you can use the enterprise version that's for system administrators to download individual drivers as the HP Easy Admin package. And I'll go over that next. So yeah, this is just about done here. And give me a second here. I'm going to plug in the printer via USB so we're all set here. 1 second. Okay, that's ready to go, and we'll give this just about a second here more, and it should be ready to go. And then we'll add that via USB here. Okay, it's all done. So hit close. We'll go back into printers. We'll keep this, and we'll go back into printers button here. And we'll see another window comes up, and it already detects that it sees the OfficeJet 200 on the USB line. So all we need to do is select it, and then click Add. It's going to set up the device and install the driver, and then we'll see the printer show up over here in printers and scanners, and it'll be ready to go with no problems at all. There it is. That's it. So we can just open up something here and we can send a printer job. Let's do Command P to print, and there we see it, and then hit print, and there we go. No error. That's great. So now that we have that, that's number 3. There are number 2. Let's move on to an automatic printer install, and you can hear it in the background kicking off back there. So let's move on to the next section here. So that was number 2. That's uninstall and reinstall HP drivers using the HP Hewlett-Packard printer driver package from Apple. Now let's go and move on to the second one that actually I didn't have listed here, and that's to have the printer automatically installed once you plug it in with USB. So let's plug in the second printer, and we'll see the dialog come up to be able to automatically download and install the printer drivers. Let me plug it in here. And as you can see, a software update notification pops right up. We'll zoom in on that so you can see that a little bit better here. Would you like to download and install the software for HP OfficeJet Pro 8600? How cool is that? Let's do that. Let's hit install. And it's going to find the software, and it's going to download and install it. This really, I need to reorder that to have this be the second one. This should be, the first one should be AirPrint, this one should be the second one, and the third one should be the HP printer driver package from Apple. This is just super easy to be able to install the printer. macOS recognizes what kind of a printer it is, reaches out, gets the proper driver, and installs it, and it's ready to go. And here we go. In 5 seconds, we're going to be able to print. And this is after we've uninstalled all of the drivers on the system. And here it goes to installing, about 2 minutes. It actually goes a little bit quicker than that. And then we'll do a test print here. We'll be good to go. And then I'm going to move into show you the HP side of things here. And that's really, again, only if macOS can't find your driver and it's showing you like a generic PostScript. This software update should be able to find almost every single printer that HP makes, unless it's really old. And look at that, software is installed, the message disappears, and there's our OfficeJet Pro 8600 ready to go. Awesome. That's it. That's number 3. So let's say that all these ways have failed so far. And now you have to kind of jump into the HP printer drivers section. You'd be dropped to this main page here that's going to say, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here so you can see this, the HP customer support portal for software and driver downloads. So let's try this. Let's try OfficeJet Pro 8600, and there it is. We'll hit submit. And there we go. There's the driver. And what's kind of confusing is it doesn't let you download the direct driver. Each one of these is going to show you the Easy Start package. So we'll click download here. We'll zoom out, and I've already got that downloaded. So we'll open up the downloads, and we can actually see that I already got the Easy Start. We'll click on that guy. We'll click open. And here's the Easy Start. I've read the user agreement. We're going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this here. And then we're going to hit continue. Make sure the printer is plugged into a power source. It's going to search for the driver, then I'm going to connect to it, and there it goes. It detects that it's the 8600 is plugged in via USB. Clicked in continue. It's going to gather the device information here, and it's going to. What we're going to do is, you can set it up with wireless, but we already talked about that. But we're going to continue on with USB connection. Click continue. We are going to select our country and language English. Continue. Device is preparing for the device setup. Searching for software. And there we go. It's going to tell us that we can download the essential software here. 163 megabytes is required, and it installs the genuine HP drivers, the HP driver utility, and the essential software for using your product. But it also installs the HP Easy Scan for scanning. It's also recommended, and it's not installed. And what's interesting is if it detects that it's installed, it would already tell you if you had the Easy Scan, but you want it to say not installed because we uninstalled it by deleting that HP folder. So if this says status installed, you've missed a step and you got to go back. I've already seen a couple people in the comments that they've missed the step of actually deleting the folder, and this is a good way to do it. So we're not going to click install because this is going to take a while to download, but that's all you need to do is click install, and that does it. So now let's move on to number 5. That was number 4 way to install the drivers. We're going to go back into the enterprise package, which is the Easy Admin. The Easy Admin is for enterprise admins that take care of multiple printers on a computer network. And it'll let you download individual drivers. So let's go. I've already clicked on download that. This is the page, and it shows you the FTP site to download the HP Easy Admin. And I'll zoom in so you can kind of see that here. This is the site to download that, and I've already downloaded that, so we can get going really quickly here. And there's the HP Easy Admin. We're going to click on that guy, and we're going to open it up. Welcome to Easy Admin. Allow Easy Admin to send data to HP. Yeah, that's fine. Or we can just unclick on that, and we will click read here. Click OK. Download the software. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for the device model name. So OfficeJet. And there, if you look at it, it's almost the same thing as the Easy Share package. It shows you essential software, and it actually has some product help. It's 158 megabytes. We don't want to do the help. We can just click download there. It's going to download the essential software, and that's it. Install that software, and you're ready to go. Hopefully, with those 5 steps that I went over, you're going to find that you're going to uninstall the printers. You're going to find the printer drivers that you need to install and get your printer fixed up. I hope this video has helped you guys out here. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and if this is something that you're interested in, Feel free to click on that like button and the subscribe button if you want to get more content, macOS content like this in the future. Anyways, guys, I hope your printer is all fixed up and you're ready to go. Stick around for the next video when it comes out. We'll talk to you soon.